overcast and cold in Green Bay and a sellout crowd at Lambeau Field for the continuation of one of the great rivalries in the National Football League as the Chicago Bears take on the Green Bay Packers. And it's 5 degrees wind chill and a chance of snow for what is always a great scene here in Green Bay. Good afternoon, everyone. Along with Matt Millen, I'm Dick Stockton. And the Green Bay Packers, home for the first time in a month, lost 2 out of 3 on the road. But Matt, they feel they turned it around with a big second half against the Rams.
Yeah, they really did for a couple of reasons. First of all, they think they're starting to get healthy down the home stretch. That's number one. And secondly, where they got healthy, in the wide receiver department. Today, Antonio Freeman will come back. He'll have the cast on, but he'll get the start. And then they also added Andre Rison, which is going to give them some depth and big playability. The Packers feel as long as they've got Brett Favre and some people to get the ball to, that they're going to be back where they were a few weeks ago.
And the Bears can be awfully dangerous. They come in with a record of 5-7. They have played well lately. They beat the Lions with their best offensive show. What must they do today to upset Green Bay?
I think the first thing they've got to do is play great defense, which they have been doing, and they have to limit the big play to Brett Favre. And then secondly, their quarterback, Dave Craig, he's got to have a big day. If he doesn't just make mistakes, goes out, makes the throws that he has to, they'll be fine.
The crowd indicates what kind of a rivalry this is. Bears and Packers coming right up on Fox. Lambeau Field, and let's bring you up to date on the playoff picture. The Packers can capture the NFC Central with a win and a loss or a tie by Minnesota. They are the division leaders, the wild card leaders, and those teams in the hunt, which include the Bears at this point, Matt. Look.
Frankly, if the Chicago Bears win this football game, they feel like that's their whole season. They think if they can win here, they can run the table, and they're pointing to this game against the Green Bay Packers as literally their whole season.
Dave Wannstedt has lost 5 straight games to that man, Mike Holmgren. He hasn't had much success against the Green Bay Packers. Bears won the toss. Jack Jackson is back deep as Chris Jackie kicks it into the end zone. Jackie kicked off last week for the first time. Craig Hendrick normally had done that duty. Bears on offense. 38-year-old Dave Craig. 3 touchdown passes against the Lions last week. Heck, Perry, Fontenot, Berger back in the starting lineup at right guard, and James Williams, the right tackle. Raymond Harris and Tony Carter in the backfield. Curtis Conway and Michael Tempson, the wide receivers, and Bobby Neely, the tight end. Starting from the 20. Raymond Harris gets good running room and has a first down beyond the 30. Eugene Robinson making the tackle. For the Green Bay Packers defensively, Sean Jones, who did not play last week, back in there with Gilbert Brown, Santana Dotson, and Reggie White. Brian Williams, George Kuntz, and Wayne Simmons are the linebackers. Evans, Robinson, Butler, and Newsom, a fine secondary for the Packers. First down at the 30. Play action, and the pass caught by Curtis Conway, and a gain of about 4 or 5.
Chicago Bears today in this offense is going to come down to 2 things: running the football and then David Craig in the throwing game. And I think when they've struggled, Dave Craig has been off. Now, a lot of times with Dave Craig, they say when he's on, you can't beat him. And when he's off, you have a tough day. They need their running game to keep the pressure off of Craig.
And they've been successful lately on their opening drives of games. Second down and 4. Pass to Timpson. And the Bears will get the first down as Timpson is stopped at the 45-yard line by Doug Evans.
And if you are going to beat Dave Craig and you're going to throw the football, they're going to help him. And the way they're going to help him is get rid of the ball quick. And when you have Timpson outside and you're giving him a cushion, heck, you just take advantage of what's out there. Timpson has really stepped his game up. And I think they've finally gotten comfortable with him at that X receiver, where Graham was a year ago.
On the 40 36. Here is Harris. Gets by one defender and gains about 4. George Kuntz finally stood him up as the Bears mixing their plays on the first possession.
See, Todd Berger's back in the lineup. And Todd Berger gives him some confidence in that running game at the right guard spot. And when you're going to have the confidence and you're running against the Green Bay Packers, you have to be able to take care of Gilbert Brown. Gilbert Brown and Todd Berger today is going to be a good matchup because it's power versus power. That's what Berger has.
And he replaces the rookie who had been in there before, Chris Valario. 2nd down and 7 on the 49. Conway in motion. Craig bumps once, and he has Tony Carter, the fullback, and he is going to be stopped short of the first down by about a couple. That'll be a gain of 5 yards.
You got Tony Carter out there in the flat all by himself, and there's a mix-up in the coverage underneath between the backers. Looks to me what the Chicago Bears want to do is minimize that pass rush. They're going to get rid of the ball quick. And then to offset that quick passing game, they're going to continue to just pound inside in that running game.
Bobby Ingram comes in as a wide receiver. He and Timpson out left. 3rd down and 2. Very close to the first down. Bears indicate that they have enough of the yardage.
And if they are, they're running right at the strength of that Green Bay defense. That's what I like. You know, I like when you have a team say, okay, here's our strength. It's Gilbert Brown. Nobody's been able to block him. You know what? We're going to go right at you inside. We think we're better than you. So you take Berger, power on power, Fontenot inside, and you just blow off the ball. Todd Perry in there, and then the rest is up to your running back, Raymond Harris, who gives you a little bit of oomph.
And a first down for the Bears. Harris with a career game, 122 yards last week against the Lions. And we may see for the first time today, Matt, both Rashaan Salaam and Harris in the backfield at the same time.
I like Raymond Harris. I like his approach. I like his toughness. I like the fact he can get inside and outside and catch the football.
First down Bears on the Packer 44. Keep it on the ground, but this time a loss on the play. Gilbert Brown penetrated and a loss of 2 yards. Harris, the ball carrier, no chance.
Hey, oh, look at Gilbert. Look, shaking that front porch. Did you see that?
He has quite a front porch.
He got a great one, but this is what he does better than anybody in the league right now. I want you to watch number 93 right in the middle of your screen. Takes power, blows right past everybody, and makes the stops. Gilbert Brown in the middle of your screen there, number 93. Now watch him at the end. Watch him get a little bit of shake, and see that big old gut in front of him? I call that his front porch. And every time he sees me, he tells me about the porch.
He's not going to feel the cold today.
I don't think so.
2nd down and 13, 8th play of the drive. Craig on a screen pass out to Carter, and Carter may have the first down, or may get back to the original line of scrimmage. Eugene Robinson knocked him out of bounds, a gain of 3 yards.
So now, if you're the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers, you say, okay, they're going to throw quick and they're pounding the football. First down becomes big, because now you have to take away that run and turn it into the passing game. And then 2nd down, you let them throw underneath, you come back, and you take away any kind of big play down the field to set up 3rd down, which is right now.
And Robert Green, the 3rd down back, is in for the Bears. They split 4 wide receivers. Third down and 10. Craig has Green, and they're way short of the first down as Leroy Butler, the strong safety, came up to make the tackle, and the Bears will have to kick.
Yeah, no, so that's the theory of Fritz Shermer right there. He says, okay, you're going to go long, and you're trying to get rid of the ball quick. That means you're going to have to throw short. We're going to give you the short throw and then come up and make the play.
Todd Sauerbrunn, who struggled last week. He's had a good season as the punter in his 2nd year, and back deep, Desmond Howard and Mike Pryor for Green Bay. Touchback. And the Packers will go on offense for the first time from the 20. field. Brett Favre with 4 wide receivers on first down at the 20-yard line. Favre steps up, and the pass is caught by Don Beebe just short of the first down. And it was Anthony Marshall making the tackle. So Brett Favre, 30 touchdown passes, leading the NFL. John Michaels, the rookie. Aaron Taylor, Frank Winters, Adam Timmerman, and Earl Dotson, the offensive line. Edgar Bennett and William Henderson, the running backs. Antonio Freeman back. Missed 4 games. Beebe and Keith Jackson, the tight end. But we'll see a lot of Andre Rison. And he was in on the first play. First down from the 31 and the flea flicker. Bennett back to Favre, and it'll fizzle as the Bears throw him for a big loss. Barry Minter with a fine play defensively. Loss of 8 yards as the flea flicker fails. Alonzo Spellman, Carl Simpson, Jim Flanagan, and Al Fontenot up front for the Bears. Joe Kane, Barry Minter, and Vincent Smith, the backers. Walt Harris, who missed last week's game with the Lions. Anthony Marshall starting for Mark Carrier. Marty Carter and Donnell Wolford also back there.
And that play right there, the reason the flea flicker failed, as you said, was because Marshall was back deep and didn't fight. It was good discipline by him in the safety spot.
2nd and 18. Here's Edgar Bennett. Nowhere to go. And that'll bring up 3rd and long for the Packers.
So much is talked about with the receivers coming back for the Green Bay Packers and Antonio Freeman getting healthy, Andre Rison in the lineup. You know, Chamora is ready to come back. They say all those things, but you know what it still comes down to? Number 4, Brett Favre. Brett Favre is the Green Bay offense. It's that simple. When they can't run the football, when they can't throw the football, it comes back to his feet and his ability to scramble and make a play down the field.
Similar to what the Broncos have been with Elway over the years.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 18. Antonio Freeman caught it, lost it, and a fumble. And Frank Winters, the center, recovers for the Packers. So they missed the turnover, but they'll have to kick it away.
And you better believe that the Bears are talking to Antonio Freeman right now about that cast. Absolutely. And something like that, it gets in your head early. He's wearing a cast, maybe he's coming off that broken arm there. You can see the thing's all padded up. He said the one thing that it's made him do is focus more on the football.
Concentrating a lot better, he says. But he coughed it up that time. Packers recovered, and Hendrick punting for the first time. Bobby Ingram and a fine hang time of 4.8 seconds. No return following the 42-yard kick by Hendrick.
You know, there's 2 parts to making a catch. One of them is concentrating and getting it in, and he does it right there. And the second part is holding on to it, and that's the part you can see right there. He tries to hold on to it with that left hand, and because of the cast, he has some problems. And I'm telling you how fast Frankie Winters got there. You see that little beanbag laying underneath? He got there before the beanbag got there. That's good hustle.
And before the Bears got there.
Yeah.
1st and 10 at the 32. Second possession for Chicago. Craig with a lot of time, and the pass incomplete, and it looked like they had a mix-up in the route. Pass was intended for Conway and not even close to him. Bears, since '87, have not won a road game on the road. And now you look at the Packers at Lambeau under Mike Holmgren, 7-0. So those are 2 streaks in the month of December. So nothing like winning in the Tundra in the final month of the season.
Down the stretch when you have to win. These are big games.
2nd and 10. And a penalty. A handoff to Harris. Flags are down. Walt Coleman is our referee today. And it'll go against the Packers.
It's going to go against the Packers, but it's because of Dave Craig. Listen to this. Look at the hard count. See, and that's smart quarterbacking. You know, everybody has a hard count, but then it's that next hut. You go hut, hut, hut. The next one is the one that'll get you, because as soon as you give the hard count and you see the guy jump, then you have to have the presence to get the next count out, and then Fontenot snaps it.
And it was Sean Jones who jumped. 2nd down and 5 on the 37. No score, first quarter. Raymond Harris, and he'll lose a couple of yards. And right now, for McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
A big Ty Detmer fumbled. New York with the ball. Dave Brown looking to pass, goes up top, picked by Ray Farmer. 16th pick thrown this season by Dave Brown. That led to a field goal by Philly. Let's take it back to Dick and Matt.
All right, JB, Philadelphia looking to move into a 3-way tie with Dallas and Washington. Cowboys with an impressive win over the Redskins Thanksgiving Day.
That's a big game. That's a big game. The Giants are playing good defense. Philly's been struggling.
3rd and 7, and the pass is caught by Bobby Neely, the rookie tight end, and that will be sufficient for a Bear first down, with Robinson and Evans making the stop, a gain of 8.
That's a nice play call by Ron Turner, the offensive coordinator. And then he has a couple of things there that he's using. He's buying time with Dave Craig's feet in the rollout, and then Bobby Neely, who they're just kind of figuring out what he can do. There's Ron Turner right there. And it takes a while for Neely to figure out what he can do, and also what the coaching staff, Ron Turner, can do with him.
Bears have been crippled at tight end this year. Craig has completed 6 of his first 7. First down on the 43, and Timpson with some extra yardage got by Evans. Kuntz makes the tackle and another first down as Doug Evans missed the tackle, and the Bears pick up 15.
Did you hear Dave Craig at the start of that play? I mean, he saw that he had a cushion outside. And this is that experience. This is 17 years. All those things rolled into one. Comes up to the line of scrimmage, and now he has a grasp of the offense where he hadn't had earlier, and he can make those adjustments. The ball comes out quick, big first down.
For the second time, the Bears in Packer territory. First down on the 42. And going to the air again. And again, no receiver in the vicinity. It was Conway and Timpson, but mostly green shirts downfield.
But you know, he had time to throw the football. And when you have time to throw the football, you got to get Reggie White blocked. And when you're Big Cat Williams, number 71, and you're on this side and you're blocking Reggie White, you better get that thing taken care of. So you just go strength on strength. And actually, Reggie White beat him to the corner, but because of Big Cat's strength, he can get that right arm up in there and hold him off.
Always have to know where number 92 is. Second down and 10. Bears with the big edge in total yardage. And a handoff up the middle of Raymond Harris as the Bears faked an end around, and Harris gets a couple. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 8. Gilbert Brown made the tackle on Raymond Harris.
So much of what we talked about with Reggie White is power. And his game over here, James Williams, his game is power as well. See, they just get 350 on about 300. And did you see that pop right at the start? Reggie White, boom, that's what he has. He has an explosive pop to straighten guys up. Even a guy like James Williams, who's 330 pounds.
3rd down and 8 on the Green Bay 40. Pass. He wanted to go to Timpson inside, but Newsome knocked it away. Not much of a play for the Bears, and they'll have to kick it away for the second.
Hey, now look, watch this. I want you to watch Newsome right here. See, Newsome and Timpson, they're about to get picked on. Right there. Did you see that? They tried to pick him with Bobby Ingram. Newsome anticipated and got his little rear end back inside and was able to take that play away. That's being aware, and that's half the battle in this league. Being aware of what's going to happen to you.
And if he had caught the ball, he still wouldn't have the first down. So Sauerbrunn kicking for the second time, and Desmond Howard back deep. Bearcats called for Mike Pryor at the 11-yard line. No score here at Lambeau Field between the Bears and Packers. 3:03 remaining in the first quarter. And the Packers will start from the 12. We had some dusting, some light snow, nothing sticking except on the streets, and a cold day.
I think it's gotten colder from when it started.
With the wind chill, we're in single digits. Favre looking to throw on first down, going deep for Antonio Freeman. And he's in Bear territory, out of bounds after a 41-yard gain.
When you're going to throw the ball 40 yards down the field, you better have time to throw the football. And when you're doing that, you better help your rookie left tackle, and they keep the tight end in. And then a nice job all the way around, which allows Favre to step into this, and then he just runs by the corner and turns it over to the safety. Can't get there in time. You see, Donnell Wolford tried to get the jam on him, but Antonio Freeman just ran right by it. That's the speed that they haven't had for a while.
They missed that weapon for sure. First and 10 at the 47. Edgar Bennett will lose a couple of yards. Wolford and Fontenot.
Yeah, Al Fontenot really made the play. I mean, Fontenot made the line of scrimmage change from his side to the other side. And then when that happened, then Edgar Bennett had to bend it back. I want you to watch. Here's the line of scrimmage right here. Now watch, he comes across and everything's going this way. See, when that happens, then Edgar Bennett has to get wider, and then everybody starts coming up. That's well played by Fontenot.
Andre rides it, split to the left, Freeman to the right on 2nd and 12. Here's Bennett, fakes an end around, and the Bears pursue. Walt Harris coming up from the secondary, and no gain on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and long.
Did you see Alonzo Spellman at the end of that thing yakking? I mean, he's got his doctorate in yakking out there in the field. And there's 3 guys, Joe Kane and Vincent Smith and Alonzo Spellman. Now, Spellman today is working over a rookie at Michaels on the other side, and he's going to try to get inside his head. He's also physically going to try to beat him up. And as that game goes on, sometimes that voice across the line of scrimmage starts to wear you down more than the physical beating.
Third down and 12, pressure on Favre, and the pass intended for Freeman. Out of bounds, but the Bears put some pressure on Brett Favre and will force the Packers to punt again.
Favre was on top of it, though. He knew where he wanted to go, and he had Freeman. Ball just kind of took off a little bit from him. But I'll tell you what's going on right now. There's some great adjustments on either side of the ball. Ron Turner's been making some adjustments. You just saw Holmgren, and they're laying it on their quarterbacks to take advantage of what's going on out there.
Greg Hendrick kicking for the second time. Bobby Ingram back to fair catch by Ingram on the 12-yard line. This has been a field position game from the start. 37-yard kick will come back to Lambeau Field. No score in the first quarter. Next week on Fox, a doubleheader, Giants-Dolphins, the featured first game at 1 o'clock. And the second half of our doubleheader, the Panthers and 49ers in a big NFC West battle, and the Cowboys and the Cardinals, who are much improved.
Boy, I tell you, Vince Tobin, he has just done a tremendous coaching job down there in Arizona, because, frankly, at the beginning of the season, they were atrocious. But he's gotten them playing really well right now.
First down at the 12. Dave Craig. Raymond Harris off right tackle, gets 1 or 2 at the most, right into Reggie White. 2-yard gain. The division leaders in the NFC playoff picture are the Packers, the Niners, and the Cowboys. Carolina, one of the great stories of this year at 8-4. The Redskins and Eagles would follow, and then the other teams trailing. Minnesota leading Arizona 3-0 in the first. The Eagles ahead of the Giants, and Carolina beating Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay been playing some good football also. Tony Dungy's done a good job.
They have come on. 2nd and 8. Here's Conway with blocking, and Conway is Tackled at the 16, short by about 5 yards. Wayne Simmons on the play.
Okay, Simmons makes a play and Cooch is there. The guy who makes that whole play, though, is Doug Evans. Doug Evans just forces everything back inside, which allows the boys to come in and make the tackle. But without Evans' force, he keeps on running.
And time running down. That is the end of the first quarter here at Lambeau Field. The Bears and the Packers, no score. Bears and Packers, no score as we start the second quarter. Bears have controlled the ball. 10 more plays run off than Green Bay. And Chicago will have a 3rd down and 4 coming up from the 18.
You know, speaking to Dave Wannstedt last night, he said, look, this is a big special teams game in our kicking game. This is going to be a field position and ball control kind of a game. We can take away the big plays and control the football. We can win this football game.
And he would like to improve on a 1-6 career record against Green Bay. Raymond Harris, first down. So Raymond Harris, who had been injured as all of the running backs have for the Bears, picks up 10.
Well, they're getting it done with their inside group, and they're going just power on power. Hey, Todd Berger down there. Watch this, number 63 in here. Fontenot right here. Todd Perry right there. Watch Berger come around on the track. Now he's going to foul. First guy shows up, and that creates this gap inside along with the block by Andy Heck, and it's a big first down.
On the 28. Again, Harris breaks one tackle, and Harris brings it out to the 35-yard line. And right now, for McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
A red-hot Boomer Esiason cools off here. Larry Centers being spied on. Boomer still tries to force it, throws a pick. It leads to a 38-yard field goal by Scott Sisson and Minnesota. Up by 3. Back to Dick and Matt.
Of course, if the Vikings lose or tie and the Packers win, Green Bay wins the NFC Central. 2nd down and 2. And the handoff to Harris, and he'll have the first down. Brian Williams on the tackle.
And that one's all on Raymond Harris because Gilbert Brown came blowing up inside with a quick move, and Raymond Harris had to make a miss. And when you make 330 pounds, watch right there on the top. So he goes quick move right around the center, and then Harris, because he's so strong and he runs low, see him still trying to churn at the end. He's able to pick up that first down just with his power.
10 carries so far for Raymond Harris. He's gained 36 yards. First down at the 40. Again, tough to bring down and close to a first down, maybe short by a half a yard. Eugene Robinson finally tackling Harris.
Well, and they like something on that left side. You're running behind Todd Perry and they're running behind Andy Heck, and they're going right at Gabe Wilkins. See, Gabe Wilkins jumped outside there. Santana Dotson tried to get away, and then the rest is just Raymond Harris. And this is what he gives. He has those great feet and he's patient, but then he'll also just power the football. You can see his numbers the last 4 games.
And here's a pass out to Carter, the fullback, and knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line of Green Bay by Craig Newsome. Gain of 9 yards. So Bears are looking a lot sharper on offense than we've seen in recent games.
Well, and I think Ron Turner had himself a plan going in there. He knew what he wanted to do. And that's why we said at the start of the game that their running game had to do so much and be such a big part of it. Because when you're running and you're pounding, you start to control the line of scrimmage. And then the passing game can feed off and you can go play action and still use your quick stuff outside.
8th play of the drive coming up. First down at the 41.
And that's a perfect call.
Roy Butler on a safety blitz.
Yes, that's a perfect call right there by Fritz Shermer. So now your offense is going to start doing something. Now you have to counter. So it's punch and counter punch. So you're taking a couple shots to the face, and now you're right here. See, and now you're going to take them and you're going to walk them right through. And there's your key. Running back goes away. Roy Butler says, I'm taking it. That's good football. That's the part of the game that a lot of people miss. But it's the cerebral chess game. And both of these staffs are outstanding.
And nobody plays the defensive side better than Fritz Sherman.
I think he's got his doctorate. I think he's as good as they come.
2nd and 13. Craig looking for a receiver. Carter was the closest to it, and he had to throw it out of bounds. All the receivers were covered by the Packers.
Yeah, it was beautiful, too. I mean, the way they did it. They showed the blitz, and then they rolled off the blitz. And then everybody's covered down the field. And they're looking for Timpson first. He's going to try to go deep, but Newsome's right on top of him. No place to throw the football. Then you go there, you have to look to the other side. You're going to be Bobby Ingram, and there's nothing there. But here was the key right down there. Did you see Eugene Robinson? He came up and showed blitz, started to come. When the back left, he peeled right off of him. Nowhere to throw the football.
3rd and 13. Robert Green in the game for the Bears. And Timpson was open on the sideline, but the pass nowhere near him. And once again, the Bears will have to kick.
Said on the sideline, saying it's okay, we're okay. See, they were running and pounding the football, and then when Fritz Sherman had Leroy Butler take that run blitz, it kind of had to put things back in the passing game, and then they win that one.
Mike Pryor, Desmond Howard back deep for Green Bay. Todd Sauerbrunn. Fair catch. Desmond Howard at the 6. This has been a defensive struggle so far. No score early in the second quarter. And if you've been wondering how they make those cheese heads you see all the time in the crowds, that's how it's done. Pretty simple.
And then you're looking at like one size fits all. One size fits all. Little head or fat head.
First down, Packers off the 7-yard line. And here is Andre Rison with his first catch of the game. And his first reception at Lambeau Field in a Packer uniform gets 7.
So much of this we're talking about field position. Dave Wannstedt said it would be a field position game, and you can see right there 9-yard difference in their starting positions. So the kicking game of the Chicago Bears started to take over here a little bit.
But neither team has had good field position yet.
No, you're right.
2nd and 2. Keith Jackson in motion. Edgar Bennett, first down and more. Bennett carries it out to the 26-yard line. Anthony Marshall on the tackle, and what else is new? Bennett always seems to have solid games against the Bears. He gets 12.
And I think, you know, kind of, not that this field is sloppy at all, but in worse weather, he seems to run better. And he also seems to run better against the Bears. And I think kind of is the way he runs. And also because he goes with the change of spikes when he has to.
First down for the Packers. They get out of trouble. And they send Bennett in motion. Here is Keith Jackson making Antonio Freeman with the catch, and another first down.
Remember, in this field up here in Lambeau, there's coils underneath. And you come out at the beginning of the game and you test the field. And then you go out and you make your adjustments. You know, and Edgar Bennett before the game was getting things, but look this, look, they forgot to put one in. And he thought he was fine, so he just said, okay, thanks a lot, see ya. And he goes running out. And then he had to come back in to get the blowout taken care of.
Running well so far. First down. Bennett with good hitting crosses the 40-yard line.
Joe Kane on William Henderson was an explosion. And that's something like, this is the toughest hitting in the game, and it goes unnoticed. I want you to watch William Henderson right here. And Joe Kane is going to fill this hole. Watch this. Right, boom, there's the shot. I mean, I heard that all the way up here at the top of Lambeau. And it's those things that go in play in and play out that you don't really see. But those are the toughest ones.
Here's Bennett, and he gets gets upended after a short gain by Flanagan. And of course, anytime you hear a linebacker make a crunching hit, you're going to notice that first.
Oh, absolutely, because they're going a million miles an hour. I'll tell you, speaking of going hard all the time, that Chicago Bear defense has not had an ounce of quit in them at all. And since the New Orleans game, where they really missed a ton of tackles, they've been really good. They've gotten better and better. When that happens, that speaks to the pride of your coach and the pride of the players in the field to get the job done.
Dave Wannstedt said, I guarantee you we'll play hard tomorrow. Third down and 7. Favre, and the receiver fell down. Freeman lost his footing. And once again, it has been a kicker's game, and Hendrick will come into punt.
Well, that's the third time in passing situations that either a receiver has fallen down or a defender has fallen down.
Ingram back deep for the Bears, and Craig Hendrick.
Bears also in pass rushing situations have been bringing Theory in on the outside for speed and putting Spellman down in the middle for power.
Not a long kick, high kick. Bearcats called for by Ingram at the 29. That was a 30-yard kick. Bears ball when we return to Lambeau Field.
When you're a head coach, there's a lot of different ways to get things across, but the biggest thing is communication. And I want you to watch this. Here's Marty Morningwig, the coach. He's talking to him there. Now he's going to look around and he's going to take input. See, now McMahon is talking, then Favre is talking, and he gets everybody's thoughts before you go out and make a decision. And I think once you include everybody, that makes a big difference on the sideline and also in the huddle.
McMahon's the emergency quarterback. Doug Peterson's the backup today. On first down, Craig has Conway. Sort of a sidearm throw, but it gets the job done in a first down for the Bears. Wednesday, the year's hottest acts in pop, rock, rap, and country. Well, the Bears have it out to the 41-yard line. First and 10. No score midway through the second quarter. There's Raymond Harris again. And Raymond Harris pulls his way to another Bears first down, and he loves that left side. Matt, you're right.
He sure does. And he's running in there. Todd Perry, Andy Heck, Fontenot, the center, Todd Berger, the right guard, Big Cat Williams, and they're just playing power football. Watch, they're going to come right at you. Darius Holland jumps to the inside, so Raymond Harris goes to the outside, but there was your key right there. Fontenot was able to get on Kuntz.
Because they're in Packer territory. First down at the 48. Short by about 3 or 4 yards. Doug Evans right on the play, and a gain of 7.
How about how much Curtis Conway's matured, not only from when he got here to last year where he really started to come on, but in the course of this season. I mean, he knows his role. He knows what he has to do. He knows that he doesn't have Graham on the other side. He never said a word about it. He tried to be a big play guy and the go-to guy, but knew where his role was, and he settled into it.
Second down and 3. Bears are driving. Harris. And his second effort may be enough for the first down. George Kuntz trying to prevent Harris from getting to the sticks.
Well, the Chicago Bears said they could run the football on anybody. And today, that offensive line is they're starting to flex their muscles out there.
And Harris headed for another 100-yard game.
And they're pounding it. And they're not, it all goes back to coaching. And Tony Wise, their offensive line coach, they're not backing away from it. I think Tony Wise is one of the top offensive line coaches in the NFL. I mean, he might be the top 2 or 3 guys.
First down for the Bears. They're on the 37. Craig underneath to Harris. You can see he's having problems with his footing as well, and he is dropped at the 34.
know, and you're pounding a football and you're running it, and then boom, now you have to throw. And when you're going to do that, you have to take care of Sean Jones on the outside. Tony Carter is out there now. Andy Heck knows that he has that matchup on the back, so he comes out and just takes care of it. You know, and that's part of pass protecting. Again, you know you have your man, but then you have to have awareness. If nobody shows to you, you go help somebody who needs help.
Ron Cox, former Bear linebacker, in the lineup for Green Bay. It's been Chicago's big edge ball control, and Harris will bring up a third down and about 4 yards as the Bears have controlled the ball, but the score remains 0-0 with under 5 minutes to go in the half.
Now, Dick, you mentioned about that left side, something they like over there, and that's part of it. And the other part of it is something that you don't like on the right side, and that's Reggie White. And so much of what they're going to be doing today is not so much running at something that they like, but running away from something that they don't like, and that's Reggie.
Third down and 4. 3 wide receivers to the left. And the pitch to Harris. And Harris won't get there. He'll be stopped short by 2 yards.
What a great play by Doug Evans. Evans saw it right away. They were going to try to cut back, bring Bobby Neely back inside, and then Evans right here, he sees it. See, Neely's coming inside. Now he's got to get up the field right away. He had to beat the block to take on the guard, Perry, and when he did that, it forced him back inside and sets up this 4th down, which the Bears are going for.
So our first major decision by a head coach, Dave Wanstead, going for it, needing 2 yards. They're on the 29. Craig completes it to Timpson, and the Bears have a first down inside the Packer 25. Doug Evans defending.
Nice call by Ron Turner, the coordinator. They've been powering the football, and you just keep on running at it. And so now you give them a 1 wide receiver set, you come back in motion, you're going to make sure your defensive back is off, so all you do is just take what they give you. That's good football. Now, I want you to look at this. Conway is the quarterback.
And on an option play, Conway running right, dives for about 1 yard. So they're pulling out all the stops today. Wayne Simmons got to Conway.
And Dave Craig lined up as the wide receiver. And he got out there, didn't know what to do. How do I stand? What foot is first? I want you to watch Dave Craig. He goes running out there. And okay, now he doesn't know what to do. And now he's going, should I block somebody? Do I run inside? And then Curtis Conway knows what to do because he used to play quarterback in high school. And he also knows you put the ball in his hands, he's going to take off and run.
Rashaan Salaam in the lineup for the first time. On 2nd down and 6. Play action. Craig's pass caught by Neely, and Neely is tackled just short of the first down by 1 yard. Kuntz on the stop.
Boy, the Bears are on right now, and they're running effectively. They're not asking Dave Craig to do anything he can't do in terms of trying to push the ball down the field. That will come, though, in time. He's taking all the short things underneath. Ron Turner is on a roll, and he has a little bit of his brother Norv in him, where they get a feel, and they coach by feel and call by feel.
That plan always seems to work when you do it by field.
I think it's very important. Once you see 10 plays, this is the 11th play already.
Packers will call a timeout. There first. 3rd down and 1 coming up for the Bears. Our Aflac trivia question. In 1992, Brett Favre completed his first NFL pass. Who caught it? We'll have the answer coming up. 3rd down and 1 coming up for Chicago. They went for it on 4th and 2 moments ago and got the first down, Matt.
They're in sync right now. They're playing with confidence. It's amazing that they lost 2 games and came out of it thinking that they're in the right shape.
Salaam remains in the game at running back with Carter. In motion, Conway. And a flag. Salaam might have moved, and they may have backfield in motion against the Bears.
Backfield in motion. You know that's against the rules. They're going to have to penalize you.
Wanstead is upset over on the Bears sideline, as well he should be, with 3rd and 1. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
much, and right here. Just a little bit too much. Now, had he been going this way or this way, he'd have been fine. But once you go this way towards the line of scrimmage, then it becomes a penalty.
1,000-yard rusher last year. Won't get there this time.
Illegal motion on the offense, number 31. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
Third and 6, and that's a big difference as Raymond Harris comes back in the game. Salam goes out.
I think you come in and you're so excited, you want to make a play, and it's a third and short, and you got to get there, and they just couldn't contain it.
Chicago with an edge in the total yards, but no score. Third and 6, and that'll be the 2-minute warning coming up. We'll be right back to Green Bay in just a moment. Once again, today's Aflac Trivia question. Brett Favre completed his first NFL pass in 1992. Who did he complete it to? And here it is, playing against the Buccaneers. His first NFL completion was tipped by Ray Seals, and Favre caught the ball himself. And that is a trivia question.
Just thinking about having some more pass completions today. Really, they haven't had good field position, and the Bears have been playing some pretty solid defense. But now, big right now, third and 6.
And Craig 5 for 5 on this drive. Going underneath to Robert Green.
They're going to have to measure that one.
And Craig is upset.
Not too happy.
Looks like the spot won't give him the first down.
Well, Robert Green thinks it has.
I think Dave Craig wanted a bigger margin of error here. This is a big measurement, and they're short by the length of a football.
Now it's decision time for Dave Wannstedt. I want you to watch this. This is good football right here. Robert Green is going to motion, and he's going in and out. And you know what he's doing? He's watching the movement over here. When he sees no movement, you know you're set in zone. And when you're set in zone, you know where you have to sit down. But he sat down a little bit too soon and came up short.
And the Bears are going for it, as they did before on 4th and 2. 12 for 19 on 4th down conversions for the Bears this year. They need one. And the pass caught by Ingram. And Ingram has a touchdown.
What a great call by Ron Turner.
15 yards, and it seemed to fool everybody on the defense.
That was a tremendous call. You see, they fake like they're going to do the quarterback sneak. Watch, he's going to fake right over here, then come right back out. Ingram jumps inside, then back outside, which gave him the step on Eugene Robinson, and then he made sure he had the ball in position to cross the plane. So he just took one little step inside, Eugene Robinson jumped, and he was able to get back outside.
Jeff Jager with the extra point. 7-0 Bears on Ingram's third touchdown catch of the year. That one worked. 7-0 Chicago. Pretty impressive scoring drive, considering the Bears were successful on 4th down twice. Ingram, a 15-yard catch. Craig, 7 for 7. And with that touchdown pass, now surpasses Sonny Jurgensen on the all-time list.
Look at those names that are up there. I mean, they're all Hall of Fame guys. Dave Craig's right in the middle of them. And guess what? And we said at the beginning, when he's hot, he's hot. Right now, he's hot. They're tough to beat when he's on.
Sauerbrunn kicking off. Desmond Howard. Good running room for Howard. Brings it out to the 35.
And that whole touchdown, you know, we talked about the touchdown pass, but I want you to watch how Dave Craig sells this first. Little step and just gets down so nobody sees him. And then just that little bit inside made the safety, Eugene Robinson, come in, and then Ingram can get right back outside. And then it's just the speed. So he tries to take the angle to the top, but Ingram runs through it.
Levens and Bennett the backs. First down on the 36. Gets away. And incomplete. Intended for Anthony Marshall.
Oh, Favre's getting up slow, too, and he's limping on that right
Anthony
ankle.
Marshall nearly picked it off. Simpson with the pressure.
Now, this is what you can't coach against, and it's the ability of Favre to get out. But then, right at the end, Flanagan got to him, and he got up kind of limping a little bit. Anthony Marshall just couldn't quite hold on to it. He has hands underneath. The ball was underthrown. He made the play.
Second down and 10. Bennett in motion. Pass complete. Freeman. And into Bear territory, first down. Vincent Smith on the tackle, and the Packers want a timeout. A gain of 16. We'll be right back.
You see the Packers' first three possessions right there. They had 14 and 2. They've only had 16 plays run. All three of them have been 3 punts in their possessions. And usually a half, you get about 30, 35 plays a half. They're at half that. Right now it's 16.
And they're in Bear territory at the 49. Antonio Freeman knocked out of bounds inside the 20.
Well, they took advantage of Walt Harris, and the rookie bit on the pump fake. Antonio Freeman run's going to come down, and right there, see, and he bit. And Walt Harris thought he had a pick going the other way. Antonio Freeman takes it all the way down to about the 20-yard line. That's taken advantage of the exuberance.
And he's over 100 yards, Matt. 5 catches, 101.
Unbelievable. I mean, in his first day back. Like he never missed a stride.
First down on the 19. Horizon in motion. Play fake. Favre. Jackson. Touchdown.
Heck,
they had to wait.
Yeah, they had to wait because I think they pushed the official all the way out of there. I mean, it's just that fast. Brett Favre takes him down and scores. And just that fast, you say, Antonio Freeman is back, and that made the difference.
And they got weapons back on this team.
Well, and then in order to get this ball off, you have to protect Favre. And they go with the play action, and he stands in there because Alonzo Spellman beat Michaels, but because that he sees it coming, and he knows where the ball is going to be, Jackson's able to get outside, and Favre puts it perfectly.
Chris Jackie to tie it up. And he does. Andre Rison loves being with a winner, and the Packers have tied it up. Great scene in Green Bay as the Pack have tied it up at 7-7.
They brought a teddy bear, but you brought a frog along, I can hear. Where the heck did that thing come from?
I thought you'd say it never sounded better.
Heck, that thing just jumped down your throat, I think, right at the start of this game.
We'll try to extricate him before it's over. Jackie kicking off. Jack Jackson from the 5. Jackson turning the corner. And the flag is down. Oh, as Doug Evans rode him out of bounds.
And Marlon Forbes is going to get called for a hold. Roderick Mullen, number 28, was trying to get off the block, but Marlon Forbes is right there with his hands.
Well, coming up on the Dockers Khakis halftime report.
Holding.
JB and Terry with all the scores and highlights.
10-yard penalty.
And choice cuts
First down.
on the Doctors Khakis halftime report.
And in the middle of all that, they caught Forbes, and they're going to bring it back from the point. You know, what you just saw with the Green Bay Packer offense is what Dave Wannstedt said we had to be able to take away. And that was Brett Favre and able to find the big play down the field. So, you know, they only had, 14 times that they touched the football prior to that last drive. And then that last drive, they just went right down the field. Boom, 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 touchdown.
Timeouts remaining. Bears have all 3 of theirs. But you have to say the Bears have to be satisfied with the way this game has gone so far.
Yeah, satisfied and not satisfied, because you come out of it playing a great first half and it's tied. Still got 40 seconds left to go here and see what they can do.
4 wide receivers. Raymond Harris, nothing. Ran right into Gilbert Brown.
And Santana Dotson was also right there. You know, we've had a relatively quiet first half from Reggie White for 2 reasons. And I told you before, they're not going to run at him. They're going to run away from him. And they're still, you know, when they throw, it's going to be quick stuff, getting rid of the ball fast, so you're not going to be able to get the power pass rush and get there.
Bears are not going to run off another play if they can help it. And they will take a 7-7 tie to intermission. A defensive struggle. Let's look at where they have run the ball, and I think it's been pretty consistent in this half.
Yeah, and I think you have to remember one thing, too. Number 92, Reggie White, is over there. So they're going to say, okay, we're going to run everything to this side, and we'll keep them honest every now and then. We'll just give you 2 of them on that side. But for the most part, he's got 53 yards away from him and 7 yards to him. So they'll continue to do that and just keep pounding Raymond Harris.
First half statistics, and the Bears controlled possession and a lot of other things.
I mean, you can see all these things down here. Look at 39 plays to 18, okay? And then look at the time of possession, almost 22 minutes to 8. And that being said, so you say, okay, the Chicago Bears have done everything they could in the first half to be able to win this football game, and you look up at the scoreboard and it's 7-7. And that comes because of Antonio Freeman's first half and Favre's ability to find him when he had to.
Let's look at Brett Favre in his recent games against the Chicago Bears, and he has had terrific contests, and now what he's done today.
I mean, you can see in the first time it's been 72% in the last 2 games, and then today, heck, 73%, and he got the touchdown. Remember, they haven't had a lot of opportunities. Only 18 plays run in the first half. That's way well below what it should be. Credit the Chicago Bear defense.
There's Desmond Howard and Travis Jerby back deep. Todd Sauerbrunn will kick. Great scene, as always, whenever the Bears and Packers meet at Lambeau Field. Second half kickoff. Howard from the 2. Desmond Howard runs into a crowd, and he is down short of the 25.
So now the Green Bay Packers will see if they can pick up where they left off on that last drive. And where that was Favre's ability to buy some time with his feet and then find Freeman down the field.
8 of 11, 139 yards, and his touchdown pass to Keith Jackson was the 31st of his career of the season. First down at the 24. Rison and Freeman on the wide receivers. Favre to throw, and going for Freeman, who is covered by Donnell Wolford.
Donnell Wolford was right on top of the coverage. In fact, that ball been better thrown. Wolford may have had a play. See, he read it perfectly, and he broke on it. See the cushion? Now he's baiting Favre. And so now he sees the break, he reads it, and then he breaks underneath. Had that ball been thrown right, Wolford would have had himself a pick.
Second and 10. pitches it short of the first down to the 31-yard line. Walt Harris defending.
How about Antonio Freeman talking to us yesterday and asking about, he has his Baltimore Orioles hat, has his Baltimore Orioles shirt, and he grew up obviously in the Baltimore area, and he's a huge Orioles fan. But then you ask him about who he liked watching growing up, and he said, boy, and just rolled out of his mouth, Billy White Shoes Johnson. He said, man, I still have a picture of him with my jersey, and I wanted to, I was messing around in the locker room the other day doing that Billy White Shoes dance.
Someone sent him some trading cards. He said, how do they know I like Billy White Shoes that much? 3rd and 3. Favre. Dorsey Levens out of the backfield, and the Packers have a first down at the 39.
I think one of the things that Brett Favre does so well is he runs to throw. I mean, and that's usually a step in maturity, but he's really gotten that thing down so well. I mean, it comes down to his ability to take off and just buy time. Certainly, he could have run if he wanted to, but he's looking downfield the whole time, and he just keeps on running, waiting for somebody to come open.
First down, Packers. Opening possession here in the third quarter. Favre to the air again, and the pass caught by Keith Jackson. Immediately hit by Marty Carter, the strong safety, in a gain of 8 yards.
Oh, and did I mention that Brett Favre can really hum the ball? That time,
ask his receiver.
Yeah, he didn't have to do anything with buying time or anything. He just had to be able to see it and then just let that ball come flying. When that happens, and he can set up in the pocket. And with Brett Favre, you don't have to be open by a lot. You just have to have maybe a half a step, and that ball's coming.
He's in a good rhythm now. 2nd and 2. And here's Antonio Freeman. First down, Green Bay into Chicago territory to the 41-yard line. Walt Harris, the rookie, defending.
Everybody you see right now, Antonio Freeman's hot, and they're throwing to him, but on the other side, Andre Rison is just as open, but it's been very quiet. But, see, there's something to be said for that, because you know that Andre Rison can play, and you have to be able to know where he's at on the field all the time. Just his presence in the offense will open other things up, because you can't ignore him.
He caught 5 last week to lead the Pack against the Rams. First down at the 41. Here is Dorsey Levens. Dorsey Levens.
Nice
inside the 30-yard line as they spread the defense. Donnell Wilford the tackle, and a gain of 16.
Dorsey Levens doesn't go anywhere unless Aaron Taylor makes the block up front first. Aaron Taylor's a left guard, and he just comes around and he gets the block, and there he is right there in the left side of your picture. And then a nice cut in between, which was able to spring Levens into that second level. Again, because he's taken off and running, you have to look up front first, and it doesn't go unless Taylor gets the block.
Mighty impressive drive. 7th play of the drive coming up. First down on the Pack Bears 25. Favre with time. He was going for Rison.
And another guy slipped. We've been seeing that a lot. Walt Harris lost his footing. Well, that may have been a pick, because he had anticipated Rison cutting that thing off a little shorter, but watch Rison get to the top, and then the ball's underthrown.
Harris had a turf toe, did not play last week against the Lions. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. The 29 by Jim Flanagan.
Heck, and Flanagan, he had it right. I mean, he just went right out right here, number 99. He just beats Adam Timmerman. Timmerman tried to get to the inside. Flanagan just used speed, boom, and the ability to get off your block quick. So much of defensive line play. Look, you're going to get blocked. Somebody's going to be on you. You have to get off the block as fast as you can. That's one of the strengths of Flanagan.
And that defensive line, tough against the run. Loss of 3 brings up 3rd and 13. Keith Jackson, and Mangum with him all the way.
Mangum made the play. the ball was thrown perfectly. Jackson had the ball right in his hand, but I want you to watch Mangum's left hand is going to come in. Watch there, take him, run with him. Now when he looks, you get your hand up there. See how he got the left hand in and pulled the left arm of Jackson down, and he wasn't able to hold on to it because the ball was thrown perfectly. Watch how he pulls it down right there. See? Get the hand in and pull it down. He can't cradle it.
Chris Jackie with a 46-yard attempt. And his kick doesn't look good. Off to the right. Jackie, who can run hot and cold, misses a 46-yard field goal. And the Bears take over. The game still tied 7-7. Aerial views of today's game provided by the Miller Eagle. There it is.
Hey, he's waving to us. Look at that. Now, how the heck do you get that picture to look back in?
We need another Eagle. First down at the 37, best starting field position for the Bears today. And the pass out to Tony Carter. And out of bounds, and a pickup of about 3 yards. That was Brian Williams on the play.
That Brian Williams, number 51 for the Packers, tell you where he's helped this Packer defense a lot. He's given them speed outside. He can flat run to the football. And then what happens when you have a team that tries to get to your edge all the time, a guy like Brian Williams will run that down. He also really helps in coverage because he can go man up.
2nd and 7 on the Bear 40. And the Packers are there, led by Gilbert Brown.
Boy, that Gilbert Brown. You know what's amazing about Gilbert Brown? First of all, I think he's having by far his best season. He's extremely physical. I mean, he drops that anchor in there, you're not moving him. But the interesting thing is to talk to the people who played him the next week, or I should say the week prior. I mean, that Grunhard, who played him from Kansas City to center, came out for the next week and said, man, I was sore till Wednesday. He said, he just beat me up.
He's got that front porch you talked about.
He does, and he's got a lot more than that. He's got a good game.
3rd and 6. 4 wide receivers for Dave Craig. And the pass is caught by Bobby Ingram, the Penn State rookie, and now they rule incomplete. Incomplete, that he trapped it. It would have been a first down, and Ingram is complaining to the official along with Craig.
Well, he can complain all he wants once they make that decision. That's the way it's going to be. It looked like a catch from here, but they're going to say that the ball hit first, and he tried to cradle it underneath. See the hands? Oh, boy, that looks like a catch to me between the legs of that official.
It does. Todd Sauerbrunn will kick. Desmond Howard back deep. That did look like a good catch.
It did.
Let's check the hang time for Todd Sauerbrunn.
Shankster.
Not good at all. He struggled last week against the Lions, and it is down at the 21-yard line. And we'll be back with the score still tied 7-7. 7-7 the score. It's been a defensive game all the way, Matt.
I think I got to tell you, you brought the full menagerie. You started the game with a frog, and now it's turned into a horse.
The horse can beat a frog anytime. Edgar Bennett hasn't done that much on the ground so far. First down at the 21. And the pass caught by Freeman. And a first down for the Packers. Tonight on the X-Files, Mulder.
When that stuff starts crawling around, you're in trouble.
Good guideline. First down, Edgar Bennett with Henderson blocking. Cuts upfield and a good game on first down. Alonzo Spellman on the tackle. He got 5.
You know, you see Edgar Bennett and how he cuts back, and all these times we're seeing all these guys are slipping and falling in coverage and receivers, and you look at Edgar Bennett and you watch how he runs and you understand why he's good on a bad field, because he runs with a nice wide base and he's always under control, and he's able to make those cuts because of that base. He also has been following that Henderson, number 30, pretty well.
Bears seemed to get a shot at him before Simpson brought him down.
And the two things that were amazing here. First of all, Brett Favre, just unbelievable. I mean, you can't coach this. You can't coach against this. This is something you either have or you don't have, and guess what? Brett Favre has it. You make your miss, he keeps on going. Now look at him look down the field. He wants to throw the ball, but that's the second part. See, there was no place to throw the ball. You have to credit the Bears secondary for staying with their coverage to negate what Favre can do with his feet.
To spin around like that and keep your head about you, pretty tough.
No, it's amazing. I mean, he's just got it.
3rd and 2. And the Packers will call a timeout. That's their first of the second half. We'll be right back.
This is Brett Favre on this side. He's going to be scrambling all over the place. Edgar Bennett on the left side of your screen. He's his third receiver. Now he's out of the backfield. He starts to see that Favre's going to run. He sees him running towards him. So now he's going to turn and try to block Vincent Smith. And right as he wants to block, that's when Favre looks for him down here. And because he was on the block and Smith was on the coverage, he had to eat it.
Following the timeout. 3rd down and 2, and here is Rising, incomplete. He trapped the ball. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Now Brett Favre is going to complain because he thought it was a completion, just like Dave Craig complained earlier because he thought it was a completion to Ingram. They have the quick. The ball comes out. He's got to get his hands underneath it.
Stay there.
It hit the ground.
Stay there.
Craig Hendrick will kick, and back deep Bobby Ingram. For the Bears. Good kick. Fine kick. Ingram at the 6. And nowhere to go. And flags are thrown.
That's going to be on Tyrone Williams.
He made the tackle, but he may have given the Bears a break.
Yeah, he may have tackled without knowing where he was on the field. Looked like Ingram was going to go out of bounds, and he just took him down.
53-yard kick.
That was a good kick
By Craig Hendrick.
Oh, going to be a face mask against the Packers.
Face mask, 5 yards. Number 37. First down.
You're going to watch Williams come from the backside, and there's the face mask. See, and he stayed with him.
And that'll get the Bears out of trouble. They'll start from the 20 when we come back. Minnesota leading Arizona. Both teams 6-6.
And it looks like the teams that are supposed to be winning are winning. Philadelphia is just stomping on the Giants. Carolina's playing like a playoff team.
Amazing, and they're only their second year. First down from the 20. Raymond Harris gets a yard. And right now for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
Hey, Dick, Green Bay may not clinch today. That's because Brad Johnson is looking good. Second touchdown strike, this one today to Jake Reed. 40-yard variety, 20-3. Minnesota over Arizona. Back to Dick and Bub.
And you're right, you mentioned Carolina, Bub. How well they played, Bub.
Well, Carolina's playing very well. It looks like the Cardinals aren't.
2nd and 9. Conway in motion. Pressure up the middle by Kuntz. George Kuntz. No one picked him up.
Listen to the crowd. Hear him, Kuntz. And Kuntz came on a blitz. Again, this is Fritz Shermer rolling the dice. And he comes with a blitz. And what he's going to do, Raymond Harris is going to sit right up top. See Harris right there? That is going to be a screen. But because Kuntz is able to get the pressure and force that ball out quick, it goes for naught. He sets up this 3rd down.
3rd and 9. 4 wide receivers. We've seen a lot of that today from both teams. Craig in the pocket. And he was trying to get it to Robert Green, but he had Leroy Butler in front of him.
Leroy Butler played that perfectly, and he came up with a face full of dirt and top. Now he's going to get rid of it. But Leroy Butler told us last night, hey, wherever Robert Green goes on third down, I'm going to follow him. Because he's a big part of their third down offense, and we can't let him beat us. So when I think you take a safety and set it on your back, you're saying something about that back, especially if it's Leroy Butler, who's an all-pro.
Todd Sauerbrunn will kick from inside the 10. Desmond Howard set for the return. And Desmond Howard may go all the way.
6 quick, baby.
No flags. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, he made it look easy.
I'll tell you who made it look easy was that return game. Desmond Howard had a lane you could drive a truck through. You could see it developing from all the way up here. The time he took that thing, 75 yards later, it was in the end zone, and all because of the blocking of the return team.
Desmond Howard's second punt return for a touchdown. The first one was 65. As you mentioned, Matt, this is 75 yards. Chris Jackie on to the extra point. And the Packers lead 14-7. Desmond Howard's turn to jump into the Lambeau crowd. Packers on a big special teams play. A 75-yard punt return for a score by Desmond Howard. Now lead at 14-7. Chris Jackie kicking off. Jack Jackson back deep for the Bears. It is a short kick. Jackson at the 5. Jackson turns the corner and Evans runs him out of bounds, shy of the 40-yard line.
You know, we talked about Desmond Howard. I want you to watch right here. Here is the key, right there. Number 55, Bernardo Harris, starts building the wall right there. So he can't let anybody in here. And then on the other end, Lamont Hollingquist down here. See, and right, because of the blocks here, and this wall is set, Desmond Howard is just off to the races. And really from there, there's nobody even close. Heck, he's raising the ball from about the 40-yard line, and all because Bernardo Harris and Lamont Hollingquist stayed with their jobs.
And a leap into the crowd. First down, Bears are now trailed by a touchdown. Break to the air. Up the middle, Conway. Tackled immediately by Butler, but it's a first down. Gain of 16 for the Bears.
And Curtis Conway knows in these situations, now you have to step up. And he knows he has the zone. So the key to running patterns of zone is just getting between the zone. You got to get between the deepest part, which is where your safeties and corners are, and your linebackers underneath. Now that all happens because you're running the football so well. Those linebackers have to respect the run, and so that intermediate area opens up.
That pass got the Bears in Packer territory. Craig Conway. Curtis Conway with another first down to the 31. Leroy Butler and a gain of 16. That's 2 straight passes to Conway for 16 yards.
Conway just watch Conway down here. And he's playing with a lot of awareness. See, now he's going to push him. He sees that the corner is inside, so you just fade off to the outside. That's also a nice read by Craig. Dave Craig sees the same thing, so they're on the same page.
And a nice touch over Newsom's head. First down on the 31. Raymond Harris again off that left side that had done so well off of that side. But Robinson on the tackle and close to another first down.
I'll tell you who was playing well is Andy Heck over there in that left tackle. Andy Heck, who just had triplets. And that's a mindful. Believe me, you come home with all those things going on. But Andy Heck and that left side, they've been running behind him all game long. They're going right behind Sean Jones. They're running right at him. I mean, Gabe Wilkins comes in. Heck's doing the same thing.
And the only left tackle not to give up a sack all of last year was Andy Heck. Short by less than the length of a football. Second down.
Look, and what's going to happen now is the Chicago Bears are going back to what they did in the first half, pound the football. And then when you start pounding, then that passing game opens up, like we showed with Conway in the intermediate zones.
Second and 1. Crowd chanting, Reggie, and beat the Bears. Harris has the first down to the 16.
Hey, that Chicago offensive line is coming off the ball well. I think, when Todd Berger, 63, came back in there, they haven't missed a beat, like when he was in there right from the start of the season. And I think so much of offensive line play is communication.
On first down, Harris hit immediately by Gilbert Brown. Tough guy to get around.
He is.
Through.
And he's giving him a shovel. That Gilbert Brown, he is a man in there. Gilbert Brown has a special sandwich that he has up here in Green Bay. Reggie White was telling me about it. He said Gilbert Brown has this Burger King that he goes to, and he said it's triple everything. They call it the Gilbert sandwich. And he said it's the sloppiest thing he ever saw, and he also said it's the most delicious thing you've ever eaten.
Only has one?
Well, he orders one at a time, I should put it that way.
Second down and 10. Is tipped, nearly intercepted by Newsome. Pass got tipped at the line of scrimmage.
He's looking for Neely inside, the tight end. One of the things that the Bears had to overcome was all their injuries to their tight ends. They lost Wet Knight, and they lost a bunch of people inside. Now they're down to Bobby Neely, and you say down to Bobby Neely because it's not so much his abilities, it's just that the system, he doesn't know. And so you're calling a play thinking, I hope he's going to be at the right spot. Not only the coaches, but the quarterback as well.
He's a rookie. Third and 10. Hey, that might have gotten tipped again. Ingram was the intended receiver.
Well, he had time to throw the football. But he had Newsome working on Timpson, number 83. He's going to work. Timpson's going to try to get up top, but Newsome's all over. And then you're going to work to the top side. You see Doug Evans, and then here comes Ingram underneath. And the ball actually was underthrown because Pryor was sitting inside. Had the ball been thrown better, would have been a completion.
Jeff Jager, 34-yard field goal attempt. And this kick is good. So the Bears get 3 out of it and now trail the Packers 14-10. It's been kind of a merry-go-round as far as the Bears' leaders in the various offensive categories recently.
Well, you can see 93 through 96, all different guys in their rushing leaders, their passing leaders, and in their receiving. Only Graham 2 years in a row, and now he's gone. And so I think it's amazing when it speaks to coaching, being on the same page, players getting a feel for each other, especially this one right here, passing. I mean, when you have all those different quarterbacks, you can't get into a rhythm from year to year. There's nothing to build on. And when that happens, you have to look to the sideline and say, look, this guy wants that, and that coaching staff is doing an outstanding job. You're always a function of the cards that you're dealt. And his deck was a little bit depleted, and he's been able to get that thing done.
Sauerbrunn will kick off. Desmond Howard, a yard in the end zone. And he is tackled at the 20-yard line.
Dick, Rick, I don't know if you know this, but this game is presented by authority of the National Football League, and it's intended for the private use of our audience. Now, any rebroadcast or any other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Green Bay Packers and the National Football League is strictly prohibited. Just in case you were wondering. These people here were wondering.
I've heard something about that.
I've heard that before. I never have figured out what express written consent was.
Bet you never had to read that before either.
Well, I never had a guy with a frog in his throat before either.
Always a first time. 1st and 10 at the 20. Barr dumps it off to Henderson. And Walt Harris is right on him, and maybe a yard gain, that's all.
See how Favre had to look around? First receiver, second receiver, third receiver. When you see that, know this. There's coverage down the field. There's no place to get the ball to. When you have to go to your first one, it's not there, boom, you have to come off to the second one. That's not there, boom, go to the third.
Play selection.
Pretty good balance by the Chicago Bears.
Green Bay 2-1 in the passing department, though. 2nd and 9. Dorsey Levens, the running back. And Levens finds running room. Dorsey Levens in a first down to the 36-yard line. Marshall and Carter on the tackle.
And then running behind that right side, Timmerman, Earl Dotson. Dorsey Levens just takes it right inside and then between the blocks of Dotson and Timmerman. And watch these guys right over here. Nice job. The Timmerman down inside, Frank Winters, and then Dotson right there. See that? And then you can get back outside. When you have to make those cuts, that speaks to the vision of the running back, and that's a nice cut by Levens, but a nice job by those three right there.
Gain of 15. Favre again up the middle. Incomplete. It was intended for Keith Jackson.
Tell you where there's been a quiet day is Alonzo Spellman and that John Michaels. You know, that was a matchup that the Bears really liked. John Michaels, not a really big guy at this point. He's a rookie, being thrust in there in that left tackle spot, which is real important. I mean, he eats like a horse, but he can't seem to gain any kind of weight. Spellman plays the kind of game that Michaels has had problems with, and that's the power game. But it's been a quiet day. Michaels can get the job done.
What Spellman would have a much easier time. That's how he felt. Second and 10. Pressure. Pass caught by Freeman.
Boy, oh boy, that's all on Favre. Because just what we were talking about, Spellman overpowered Michaels. I mean, he just powered him. Watch this. He's going to get him straight up in the air. Now you're bent. Now watch. Straight up. He lost the leverage game. Just runs right through him. He's right in Favre's face, but because of the arm of Favre, he's able to make this throw. You see how Michaels, when he got straight up, he turned kind of to his left. He gave him a short corner. And then the power of Spellman was able to run right through that thing.
Antonio Freeman, 9 catches, and that's a career high. That's a good way to come back after you've been out a month with a broken arm.
Yeah, nobody's even saying anything about that cast. Heck, he's catching it. Anything.
Bennett in motion. Hand off to William Henderson into Bears territory for a couple as time runs down. And that's the end of the third quarter with the score Packers 14, Bears 10. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages from your local Fox station. Start of the fourth quarter here at Lambeau Field with the Packers leading the Bears 14-7, and the big play, the punt return by Desmond Howard in the third quarter, 75 yards. Packers have a 2nd and 8 on the Bears 48. Keith Jackson to the 41, first down, close to it. We'll see where they spot it.
Big play, and the key play in this game so far for the Green Bay Packers was this return by Desmond Howard after picking up the wall. There was nobody there. I mean, that was outstanding blocking all the way around by special teams. 75 yards later, he's in the end zone. There's Bernardo Harris and Lamont Hollingquist. Bernardo and Lamont, and those were the two key blocks on that punt return. And that's the life of special teamer right there. Just wait for your next shot.
3rd and 1. And the give to Dorsey Levens. Dorsey Levens. And a big gain inside the 20. 24-yard gain.
Well, this is just blood of your nose. Timmerman with the block, and there's the key right there. William Henderson on the block of Joe Kane, and then Dorsey Levens just powers right up inside. And when you just start going power on power, you got big Earl Dotson, 72, Timmerman, and William Henderson, and you couple that with a missed tackle rather, that's a big play.
Longest rush by a Packer this season. 24 yards by Levens. First down on the Bears 17. Quick pass to Beebe. And Beebe gets it inside the 10-yard line. And he still hasn't gone down. Forward progress is the 10. James Burke held him up.
See Brett Favre, you know why he's happy? He's happy because he saw everything develop in front of him. Now the Bears made a mistake. They showed their hand on the blitz way too early. There was still too much time. Listen to this. See that right there, what happened? They came up and they showed their hand, and Favre was able to get everybody out of it and go to what he wanted for the check.
2nd and 3. Dorsey Levens. Touchdown, Packers.
The defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears rolled the dice. He came with a blitz. Packers were able to pick it up. Dorsey Levens took advantage of it. And remember, when you're blitzing, you get up to that line of scrimmage. Once you get past that level, it's big play city.
Chris Jackie adds the 21st point. And the Packers lead 21-10. Dorsey Levens with his 3rd touchdown of the year. Dorsey Levens, who made the big run and then scored the touchdown. And now the kickoff by Jackie is a short one. Jack Jackson returning. And Jackson gets up to the 29-yard line.
You know, you saw Dorsey Levens with a touchdown, but I want you to watch Andre Rison and Antonio Freeman. Because of their blocks, Dorsey Levens is able to get into the end zone. And I think that says a lot about Andre Rison and wanting to be a team guy and all that kind of stuff. Then the other thing you got to remember is Dorsey Levens jumps into the end zone. And, you know, last night Antonio Freeman was telling us, you know, you have to have a little clock in the back of your head. Said you go up to about 12 seconds, you better get out of there because then they want you to stay.
1st and 10, and Raymond Harris with a minimal gain. And right now for McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center. JB?
Take a look at Brad Johnson. Boy, he is having some kind of day. This is his 4th touchdown toss on the afternoon. This one to Chris Carter. 34-3. They're spanking him. Back to you guys.
They're spanking him loud, too. Boy, 34-3. You know, it's interesting. You're waiting to see just exactly what Arizona had. And they were 6-6, and they start to look like something, but looks like Minnesota's taking care of that.
2nd and 10 at the 29. Craig swings it out. Raymond Harris can't hold on.
This is a position that the Bears didn't want to get into. They didn't want to have to be catching up. Now, obviously, they're not down by much here, only 11 points. That's 2 scores. But they didn't want to be able to get into position where they had to start to throw to always be in the football game. Especially because they're best suited when they're running the ball and getting rid of the ball quick. This fast 3-step drop, boom, ball comes out. That's been playing more to the strength of Craig than trying to air it deep down the field.
10. Craig's pass intercepted by Eugene Robinson. And he's got it in Bear territory at the 47.
This is the perfect example, an illustration of what I was just talking about. When they have to push the ball down the field, and it's a passing situation. Now you just sit back in your zone, you're Eugene Robinson, go to the ball, make the play, and the ball is going the other way.
Packers with the lead and the ball with 11:40 remaining. And they have more than doubled their takeaway margin.
Eugene Robinson is a very big part of that. Not only with his own takeaways, but in directing everybody to get there.
That was his 5th interception of the year. Best starting field position for the Packers. The Bear 47. But Favre is sacked back in his own territory and nearly lost the ball at the 45. Alonzo Spellman finally got to him.
I want you to watch Eugene Robinson and why he made that play. Now they're giving this like it's a too deep look, and they're going to stay with it the whole time. And now you're going to watch them rotate. He comes back, he goes to the middle. Eugene Robinson is just baiting, and now here he comes back inside, right to the middle of the field. He's able to stay back and make the play. And then that matchup we talked about before, that ball came loose, and that's a great effort by Favre to get that thing back. But when they don't help John Michaels over there on the left side, Spellman's been beating him up pretty good.
2nd and 17. Up the middle and wide open is Antonio Freeman. What a game he's having in his comeback game.
No mention at all about that cast. You know, it's funny, he talked about that cast and how it's going to make him better. He said how it's going to force him to concentrate on the football and look it in. He said, when I've been having problems is when I just see the ball and try to run before I catch it. But now you can see the career high. He's got that cast on. He said it looks bulky, but it's light. He said, I'm not really aware of it, but it's forcing me to have to catch and watch the ball all the way in.
3rd down and 7.
He keeps catching like this, they'll break his other arm.
I look forward to that. Bennett out of the backfield. And the pass is caught by Rison. Loses it, but out of bounds. Walt Harris knocked it away, but it'll be Packers ball.
Oh, there's a spot. Look at Mike Holmgren mad right there. See? He just jumped right up because the official threw his beanbag where it would have been a 1st down and then took the ball and just set it down. You heard the official. You can't advance the ball. It goes back to the spot where it was fumbled, but that's what Mike Holmgren was arguing about. Andre Rison's going to clear. Come all the way underneath the zone. Run away from your coverage. And now right there is where the ball is slapped. And actually, that's a good call by the official. Real good call by the official. 4th and 1, and the Packers are going to go for it. Walt Harris made a nice play. And when you try to run away from your coverage, see, they cleared it all the way across the field. You try to let Andre Rison use his speed to run away from coverage, but Walt Harris stayed right with it. He got his hand in there and slapped that ball away.
We're going to have a measurement to see exactly how far the Packers have to go.
So they came over and they measured it. It's about a football away. And that's what they're going to go with right now.
Remember when Chicago dominated the Packers in total yardage?
And the way they did it, so I think it was the way they were doing it. They were pounding the football and run. And then in the second half, because they got down after that big punt return by Desmond Howard, and then the subsequent Dorsey Levens touchdown, they're going to have to throw to get back in, and that goes away from their strength.
4th and 1. Draw him off, and it didn't work, and the Pack will call a timeout. Bears didn't bite. We'll be right back.
I want you to watch discipline of the defense and listen to the hard count. You've got to stay on. Let's go for it, he says. And you know what?
They are.
That's exactly what they're doing.
4th and less than a yard. Quarterback quarterback sneak, and that should be a first down for Green Bay. By the way, the Packers have only one timeout left.
That's what Favre wanted to get done the play before. Hey, this Chicago defense is playing really well. I mean, they've only given up the 2 touchdowns. They got caught in a blitz on the last touchdown to Dorsey Levens. Remember that big punt return by Desmond Howard and the return team, and the difference so far in this game.
This is a big series for the Bears defense. On the 36, Edgar Bennett. And holding on was Barry Minter.
Across the street from Lambeau Field, the Packer Hall of Fame. Not only a bunch of NFL Hall of Fame guys, but they have a ton of them there.
I want to thank the folks at Miller Brewing for the aerial shots today, the Miller Eagle.
Miller's testing the Eagle as a way to give the fans the best seat in Lambeau Field, but they can't compete with ours up here.
Second and 5, Bennett. Bennett up the middle.
Dick, I'll tell you
That's
who's
to the
kicking
15.
some serious rear end right now is William Henderson, the fullback, number 30. And I talked to William Henderson, and the thing that impresses me about him is he knows he's physical, but he wants to get better. Boom, right there. Look at that. Look at this. Because of that, and Frank Winters over here, Aaron Taylor up top. Heck, he took Minter and just drove him backwards, and Edgar Bennett follows him.
16-yard gain for Bennett.
Tell you what's impressive about Henderson. Whenever he sees you, he'll say, okay, where do I get better? I mean, he always wants to get better.
Here's Bennett again off the left side. And Bennett inside the 10-yard line. Paul Grasmanis, the rookie from Notre Dame, making the tackle.
They're just pounding the football at him now. They're giving him Bear running game right back at them. And the guy who's carrying the football is probably the happiest man in the National Football League, Edgar Bennett. Every time you see him, he's got a smile on his face. Always has a kind word to say. Plays hard all the time. And I'm going to tell you the metamorphosis with Edgar Bennett. When he was a rookie, he said, I hate cold weather. Talked to him this week. He says, hey, they're coming up to Lambeau where it's cold. We love that.
8th play of the drive. Dorsey Levens to the 4. Wolford.
Then another first down will be 1st and goal. I'll tell you who's adapted very quickly to this offense is Andre Rison. I mean, and it's the lack of selfishness, I should say, selflessness. Watch them block. Andre Rison outside, Antonio Freeman on the inside, and they're fighting for him. I mean, when that happens, that's a full team effort. And you also know you have everybody on your side. Freeman having a career day. Andre Rison a quiet day, but continues to block and do the things he has to do.
1st and goal at the 4. Here's Edgar Bennett to the goal line, just short. And this could be a back-breaking score if the Packers add to their lead.
You know, and it's not, you're going to see the score, and you're right. There's six minutes left to go, but it's the way they're doing it right now. I mean, this is not a physical, by reputation, offensive line and running game by the Packers. But right now, that's how they're getting it done. They're just coming off, following those guys up front, Aaron Taylor, Frank Winters, Timmerman, Earl Dodson, John Michaels, and William Henderson. They're just taking advantage of the red zone today, every time they've been down there.
2nd and goal. No signal as of yet. Touchdown. Brett Favre on the quarterback sneak. And that's his first touchdown rushing of the year.
They just power wedged it right in there. You're going to give the credit for these last last couple drives, it goes to that offensive line in the interior of the Green Bay Packers.
Chris Jackie adds the extra point, and it's 28-10, Green Bay. Packers are back.
Well, Brett Favre's touchdown put it 28-10, and that doesn't bode well for the Chicago Bears. You can see the leaders, Chicago, down here at 5-7. Remember, they said at the start of this thing, this was going to be our game. It was going to make or break our season. They made it. They could win. They felt they could run the table at the end, but they had to get this thing done.
Kick goes out of bounds. So the Bears will get it at the 40-yard line. Let's take a look, Matt, at the early scores that affect the playoffs you were just talking about.
Well, again, Minnesota's just dusting Arizona. Philadelphia, same thing. And Carolina in the fourth quarter looks like they're on their way to a victory again. So all the teams who are in contention for playoffs are doing what they have to get done.
Big showdown with the Niners and the Panthers next week.
That'll be a big one. Remember the last time they played, look at John Theory. Heck, he went into battle with colors on. Remember last time Carolina and San Francisco played, Carolina upset them and probably played the best game they could possibly play with Steve Berline at quarterback.
40-yard line, best starting field position for the Bears. Craig going deep. Going for Conway. Pryor defending.
You know, in the first half of this game, Chicago was able to pound the football and get their points. In the second half, you can see the difference. See, 3-3-3. That's 3 3-and-outs and one drive that got them the field goal. I mean, when you look at that, 17 plays, it's almost like they flopped halves. Remember, in the first half, Green Bay only had it 18 plays. Now, in the second half, with 5.5 minutes left to go, you can see
Ball control picture change.
it's unbelievable. They reversed it. Hey.
2nd and 10. Wade completes it to Ingram. Fumbles. Packers may have it.
Nope, going the other way. Ingram had it. The ball got stripped and came out. The officials already said that it's still Chicago ball. And depending on where it falls, could be a third down. See, that's one of the roughest spots in all of football is at the bottom of a fumble pile. And they're biting and poking and you name it.
Anything goes.
Everything goes. And you can't see it. I mean, it's brutal down there.
Here's a Robert Green wound up with it.
Leroy Butler was down there scrapping with the best of them. That was a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the midfield mark for the Bears.
They need a lot in a hurry. Incomplete. Conway, the intended receiver.
Fox River. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Doesn't it just look like it's supposed to look for a Chicago Bear, Green Bay Packer game? It's gray, it's cold. Everybody got their orange on in the stadium. Snow's on the ground. I love this.
Sunshine would spoil it all.
Yeah, most important thing. There it is. Well, they're hunting gear on.
Craig completes it to Rick. And hit immediately by Newsom.
Raymond Harris jumped right back up, though, and looked at him like, you didn't hurt me. Newsom was playing that zone, is sitting there. Raymond caught it and just took it right to the face, but it didn't faze him. He jumped right back up, and he's ready to go again.
Inspired defensive show by Green Bay. Craig, incomplete.
Should have watched this hit on Raymond Harris. There's Newsom breaking. And that's at normal speed. And he knew it was a shot. But Raymond Harris on the other end, heck, he got right back up and jumped right back in the huddle. Sets up 4th down, and the Bears have to go for it, and they are.
They don't have much choice. 4th and 7. Completes it to Ingram and a first down for the Bears.
What a nice throw by Dave Craig. And Ingram, working on Doug Evans, got inside. That ball was thrown the only place it could be. And no quitting this Bear team, boy. They keep on coming.
Hurry up. Craig sacked.
That's coverage.
Jones and White.
He tried to look downfield. There was no place to throw the football. Sean Jones broke the pocket down. Reggie White came from the backside. And then by that time, it was too late. Fritz Shurmur not sitting back either. Fritz Shurmur's coming with some blitzes as well.
2nd and 20. Harris. Finally out of bounds at the 35.
Dave Craig, you look at him, you saw he was hot in the first half, and he really never didn't cool off. I mean, what happened was that big punt return. When that punt return happened, and then they had to press a little bit. They got the field goal, then they went right back down and scored the touchdown. Then they had to start throwing to win the game.
Raymond Harris does not get the first down. Stays inbounds.
They'll set up a 4th and they'll go for it again. And they just keep on chipping back. See, the problem with this Bear offense now, the strength obviously is a running game. That's gone. And so now throwing the football, they don't push it down the field. And the Packers aren't going to let them. They're going to make them throw underneath all the way.
Harris. He's got a first down. You getting overtime for this?
I got enough voice for the two of us, I'm afraid.
And the Bears call a timeout. They got 2 left.
You can have that job. There's that Miller Eagle again with those shots. We got some great shots today out of that, didn't we?
We did. Craig. Robert Green. Not much there, and the clock runs.
Again, the Packers right now are just going to play their zones. They're not going to let them push it down the field. They're going to give up the underneath, and they're going to make them just keep on working down. Remember, as they get closer to that goal line, the field starts to shrink, and it's tougher to throw in there.
They need 8 yards, and the pass to Timpson inside the 15. They're close to it.
And that will be a first down.
Going for Green, and it was tipped by Brian Williams.
Yeah, Brian Williams got his hands on it because Robert Green had gotten on top of him. Again, we talk about, you know, where the ball has to be thrown underneath. But when you have your opportunity, you get that thing on top, you take your shot inside. But a nice job of Williams able to come back underneath and get his hands on it. That's the speed we talked about before in pass coverage. That's where he's been an asset in this team, for this team.
Craig has a tip, caught. Raymond Harris on the tip ball, but he gets it to the 11-yard line. It was Keith McKenzie who tipped the ball.
You know, the Packers are only rushing 3 guys. That means there are 8 people back there to defend. Now, the Chicago Bears are going to take a timeout.
That's their second.
coming up on the NASDAQ post-game report. The Fox Television Center in Hollywood will get you up to date on all the scores from the 14th Sunday of the NFL season. That's all coming up on the NASDAQ post-game report. NASDAQ. We said it here first.
They're getting good at this.
Hey, geez. I don't want to get good at that. Lonzo Spellman, who he promised a physical game, and he gave him a physical game.
Michaels did a good job against him.
Michaels hung in there the whole time.
What about the Packers? They got a big one coming up next week, Matt.
Yeah, they really do it. A lot of people said Denver Broncos at 11-1, the hottest team in all of football. And then at Detroit, and then Minnesota at home, who beat them earlier at Minnesota.
This is 2-down territory, of course. Craig, Conway, and that'll bring up 4th down and the 2-minute warning here at Lambeau Field. We'll be right back. 2-minute warning. The Packers lead 28-10. On their way to their 10th win, and some editorial comment from our producer, Richie Zions, and director Artie Kepner, but as always, they're accurate, man.
Very accurate. I mean, I might have to give you a game ball here.
I'll take it.
For playing with a frog and a horse, both in your throat.
4th and 2. Great slip. Ingram gets in, touchdown. Bobby Ingram for the Bears scores with 1:55 left.
Still need 2 more scores after this. You know, it's interesting right here. Do you see what the Packers did? Fritz Shurmur wasn't going to sit there. Fritz Shurmur came with a blitz, put Eugene Robinson on the coverage, had to bring him from the middle of the field. Craig saw it and got the ball to Ingram quick, which enabled him to score.
Jeff Jager with the point after. Kick is good. And the score now, the Packers 28, the Bears 17.
Today's game is being produced by Richard Zients and directed by Artie Kemner. Our cameramen today are David Geller, Alan Gabrenia, Mike Ratuz, Mike Tadamir, Jim Kimmins, and Pete Chevaliers. The executive producers of Fox Sports, as always, are Ed Gorin and David Hill.
They do a great job.
They do a great. Our camera crew has been outstanding. And say we get a guy, Pete Chevaliers, would just look at where he is. Look at this. That's our guy Chevy, way up there. Every week I say, "Where are you going to be, Pete?" And he says, "I'm going to be way up here." Look at that thing.
Matt, if you like him so much, how come you don't pronounce his name right, Chevaliers? That's the way it's pronounced.
Yeah, because he's Chevy to me. He'll always be Chevy to me. Here's my guy, Raspy Stockton, right here.
Chevy, I hope he stays warm up there.
I'll tell you, he's so high up there. You know, the crew from the stadium came and had to put. Look at, see that? Got that harness on. See that? They put a harness on because they're afraid he was going to blow off the top. But we said no such luck for us.
We'll keep him.
Look at that hat he's got on. Holy smokes! I'll tell you what, that thing is ugly.
Bears getting set for an onside kick attempt. Trailing by 11. And 1 timeout remaining.
You still need
Todd Sauerbruch.
You need two scores. One of them a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal would tie this thing up.
Here it comes. And it's protected by Thomas and the tight end. So the Packers have it on the 39 of Chicago. Matt, what about next week's doubleheader?
Next week's the big one, the Giants at the Dolphins. You and I will be.
We'll get to that. First down on the 39 for the Packers. Edgar Bennett to the 36.
See some of the scores from around the league. You see Minnesota's dusted them. It's still been the same thing. Carolina added themselves another touchdown. Looks like all 3 of those teams, Minnesota, Philly, and Carolina, will win those things going away. So how the heck does that? It looks like this one here. Arizona is going to get themselves a loss, so they'll go to 7. Philly gets 8. They'll go to 8-5. Minnesota goes to a 7. Chicago goes to 8. And Carolina will go to 9.
And Matt, the Eagles go into a 3-way tie for first with the Redskins and Cowboys.
You rasped that very well, Richard. Tell you, that's a tough loss for Dave Wannstedt. It's a tough loss because they knew that if they could get by this one, they could run the table, and they had themselves a shot. I will say this about Wannstedt and his staff. I think this is one of the best coaching jobs I've seen. With all the injuries and things that happened.
Edgar Bennett on 2nd and 7 gets to the 32-yard line. Miller Lite player of the game.
Yeah, the Miller Lite player of the game is Desmond Howard's punt return. Remember, Bernardo Harris and Lamont Hollenquist got key blocks, which enabled this right here. It's 75 yards. When you can hold the ball in your hand from the 40-yard line, that means you got great blocks down the field. Bernardo Harris and Lamont Hollenquist had the key blocks. There's Desmond Howard. Looks like he's found his niche as a punt returner in this league, and Lamont Hollenquist made that niche a little easier to run into.
3rd and 2. Bennett loses. And it was Alonzo Spellman. Under a minute to play.
You know, no matter what the score at the end of the game, Alonzo Spellman keeps on yakking. Say, there's a part of that works. I mean, you keep on talking, you get into a guy's head, and you keep on going, and sometimes the mouth wears you out before the player does. You just get sick of it. Then a flag.
Flanagan goes to the sideline.
And a flag came down. Watch, Spellman again goes with Powers on Michaels, goes upfield, makes the play, and then now he's going to let you know about it. Just keeps on talking and talking, and see William Henderson just pushing him away. Yeah, you wonder what the heck he's saying. I'll tell you exactly what happens. As he gets up and he just keeps saying, don't be running that thing here. You're not going to get anything on me. There's no, all that kind of stuff. And after a while, you just get sick of it. But like I said, sometimes the mouth will wear you out before the player will. But he's played himself a pretty good football game.
What's coming up, Matt?
Our NASDAQ stock market post-game report. All the scores from around the NFL. JB, Terry, Howie, and Ronnie will be back there.
28-17.
Now you can see the last 5 meetings, it's been completely the Green Bay Packers. Dave Wannstedt driving them crazy. The Packers just been scoring way too many points, and the Bears not enough. And even when they could, they weren't able to slow down that Packer offense.
And that'll do it. Packers will go to 10-3. Bears drop to 5-8. Green Bay again sweeps Chicago, and the Packers, looking for that home field advantage, will not clinch the division title today. Minnesota's winning.
But they got by themselves a game they had to get by without looking forward to the big game with the Denver Broncos next week right here at Lambeau Field. And while they were able to keep it close, running the football and controlling things, they were obviously controlled the game. But in the second half, that Desmond Howard punt blew things wide open, and that was the difference in this game.
You were a good partner today. You always are, but especially today.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it working with those other 2 friends of yours, too, Mr. Frog and Mr. Horse. And one of the biggest parts of the Packers today to reemerge in his first game back was Antonio Freeman. I mean, Antonio Freeman had himself a career high on his first day back, and also with a cast in his arm, and that was major for the Packers.
Mark Shimura may come back next week,
and that will help them again as well. Shimura in the running game and pass. You have the 2 tight ends. You can do a couple more things than just the 1 tight end with Keith Jackson.
We'll have our post-game show coming up. walk away. Packers win this one 28-17 for Matt Millen. Dick Stockton saying so long from Lambeau Field. NASDAQ stock market post-game report coming up after this break.